I'm Kevin Coleman with the Saddle Post, and we just had a, not an open house, but sort of a hearing workshop on the plans for Yoctangee Park. Can you introduce yourself and how it went?
Sure. I'm Dan McCloskey, Project Manager with American Structurepoint, focusing on the architecture portion of the project. How we got to where we are today, it's a process of figuring out what's the appropriate position for the annex and the visitor center, how it flows within the park itself. I think we've got still a little bit of work to do on meshing and blending that new architecture with the historic downtown of Chillicothe, the park atmosphere, and those key components. So I think that's what our next steps are, to really rethink some things about how that building approaches the participant of the park.
When I heard that this plan was coming together, I was a little worried that a little more than 2 years, it's good to keep government on its toes and get your job done, but also you need to allow interaction, discussion like you had today.
We've had a few, open houses. And I think the process, from the point when it started in earnest with our group, it is really condensed time frame. So we're trying to make a lot of decisions all at once, and I think some of these decisions, just maybe needs to take more conversation than what we've had in the past.
So you were open to redesigning things, and you said you would speak to the commissioners, come back to them soon.
Yeah, correct. We'll be back within a week or so with some updated ideas and concepts on how to bring the project forward.
But you guys said also the numbers are now carved in stone. You have to work.
Well, the grant money absolutely is, and there's overall ACGP money. There's Ross County grant that was separately acquired. So we're trying to lump all those, prioritize those within the ACGP, but also the $5 million that was assigned to this visitor center has to kind of be thought of individually. So we got to also balance the design with those available funds too.
But if you change the roof from a shed to a gable roof, that would be a higher cost.
That's what we got to work with our construction manager on and figure out what those ramifications are. In the grand scheme of things, probably not the greatest amount of change in dollars. It's more a square footage program. Now we're talking about the general look and feel of the building, and that's a little bit different than wholesale changes to the project. So
there's still flexibility.
Yeah, absolutely. There's certainly flexibility.
And it was mentioned that summer was sort of a deadline.
Summer for us this year has been a deadline for us to be able to then take a 10 to 12 month construction period to the deadline that is for the county visitor center component grant money deadline. But then the overall ACGP has more of a fall October of 26 deadline.
Okay. When might we see revised plans?
It'll probably be in the next week to 2 weeks. One of my key designers is out of country at this point, so we got to kind of balance his schedule with our next deliverables. So.
All right. Any other thoughts?
I think so. I appreciate the flexibility and the comments that we heard today.
We're not stressing out too much?
No, we're stressing out.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.